Himanshu Jain. Warmly welcome you all back to another episode of the Classics. Today, we have with us the very inspiring APS officer, Papori Chetia ma'am, who broke all the barriers in her path to serve the Assam Police. Firstly, I would like to thank you for giving me an opportunity to interview you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Himanshu. A very happy new year to
Yeah, ma'am.
you
Happy New Year
and
to
all the
you.
viewers.
Starting with the very first question, ma'am, how did you prepare yourself to join the Assam Police? Can you please elaborate about the police training and the selection procedure?
Yeah, to start with the preparations. Uh, Preparations are the really very comprehensive. मुझे ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं मिला था प्रिपरेशन करने के लिए because I was already in a job. So I studied for 4 months for 16 to 17 hours continuous, and that's it. And I cracked the APSC. And after joining the police service, we have to go for 1 year training in police training college, and that 1 year was really tough because you have to get up at 4:30 and reach the field by 5, and morning and evening workouts, parade, PT, and sports, everything. It was really physically very strenuous, and but I enjoyed because that was my first preference. Police service was my first preference, so I enjoyed doing every bit of physical activity during the police training. And selection is whatever people have a notion about the selection process. Selection is basically on the merit. I don't know about the earlier or the later phases of the selection process, but during our time, I can proudly say the whole batch is a very meritorious batch, and we are upholding that to till now. So selection, if I have to say, selection is very it's a clean process. If you are prepared well, you will crack it in any way. You will crack it. There is no shortcut for it.
Ma'am, when you look back at your life from now, what is that one defining moment in your life?
Yeah, for me, joining police service and passing the exam was itself a defining moment. After joining police in the police training college, I came as the based in outdoor events. So if I have to say, that was a defining moment for me because a lot of boys were there, few girls were there in my batch, but besides those very talented boys, I could stood out, and it was really fulfilling. I came out as the best in outdoor performances, so that was one of the defining moments, I can say.
Ma'am, is there any gender bias in your work atmosphere?
No, I strongly disagree on that because I have worked in many fields. Before joining police, I was into various sectors. I was into teaching, I was into research, I was into electronic media. Uh, but police service is far better than what we assume as it is. I have never seen any gender bias. Once you join the service, you are a police. You are a police officer, or you are a police personnel. No one is going to give you work based on your gender. I remember one incident. It's not an incident actually. Once in a party, my senior colleagues were there, and some judicial officers and from civil service officers were there. And they were saying, no, ladies first, you please take the plates, ladies first. And one of my senior, he was saying like, no, there is no ladies and gents in police. We all are police. So that can, that can define that
Yes.
we don't have that kind of gender bias.
Ma'am, tell us something about the years you spent on the Bangaigaon and the Moregaon police, respectively.
I had a tenure of 1 year in Bangaigaon during my probation. It was really an exhilarating experience for me because probation, as a probationer, you were just you are treated like a child in the fraternity. So you are given many tasks. You have just to taste your merit and your capability. So, and there are people, there are seniors who will guide you. But after the probation, you are on your own. So Bangaigaon was a really good experience for me. I had some good I have cracked good cases there. And one incident I remember, once I had to chase a car lifter. It was like a movie style, in a Dabang style. So I fondly remember that incident, and I was chasing all the way from in the Bongaigaon town towards the railway station. And when I could caught hold of him, and people were like, it's like a filmy style kind of a chasing, and so it was a fond memory. And I joined as DSP headquarters in Morigaon, and I stayed there for 3.5 months. It was a very good experience. It's a mixed experience actually. I had to deal with lot of law and order issues, and when I look back, I see that handling law and order is a very you need kind of oratory skills, or you have to be very diplomatic while handling a crowd, and you have to be on your own, and you have to be honest actually sometimes. So these are mixed feelings, if I have to say.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, where are you currently posted now?
I am posted as additional SP special branch in SB headquarters Kahilipara. Now I work as an intelligence wing officer actually.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what is the one hardest lesson you have ever learned till now?
Not to keep any dependency on anything, on anyone,
Okay,
whether
ma'am.
it is financial, whether it is physical, whether it is emotional, whatever kind of dependency is very bad. And this is the one lesson that I have learned in my life, and I want to tell others also. You have to be independent, or you cannot do everything, but learning few things will always give you confidence and that independence. So that is the biggest lesson.
Ma'am, according to you, how can a woman empower herself?
Women empowerment, if you ask me, is not only about financial freedom. I don't consider a financially uh, independent women as empowered women, because one has to be very confident, very strong, able to take her own decisions. That is what I consider as empowered. So when I see a lady, if I worker also, if she is confident enough and she can take her own decisions, that she is empowered. It is not related to only financial freedom. So being confident, being decisive, is what I consider as empowered.
How do you manage the balance between your work life and personal life? It sure
Yeah,
it
you have to balance. Being a lady officer, being a lady in every field, you have to balance. You have to prioritize things. What I do and is like I prioritize my present and my 5-year goal. So when you prioritize your things, you don't uh, you don't have to run between your wishes. So what I do basically is that what is my uh, priority now, what I need to do now. So accordingly I work, accordingly I set my goals, accordingly I plan. So that is how I balance work and life. It is sometimes difficult. People say it is very difficult, but over these years, what I have learned is that when you can, uh, you have to leave behind few things, and you have to look forward for few things. So you cannot carry everything along with you. You cannot expect everything at the same time. So you have to balance in between. So that is how I prioritize, and that is how I balance.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what are the difficulties you have faced in your work amidst this COVID-19 pandemic?
I won't say difficulties. I would rather like to say it as challenges that came during this pandemic. Uh, the mankind as a whole had to face these challenges. We learned a lot, and we learned to live a minimalistic life. Uh, how to uh, live with few things. That is what we have learned. And being a police officer, it was a uh, kind of a big challenge for all of us, all the police fraternity, because we had to work in the as a frontline warrior. Uh, I, as a SB official, I didn't go to the field directly, but I had the task of coordinating between the state government and the outsiders, those who were stranded outside Assam. Basically, the patients, the students, and there are a lot of people who had suffered. And uh, one thing, it gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction that we could reach out to a lot of people and we could help a lot of people. We provided relief, we provided medical assistance, uh, we provided whatever way we could support them. We as a police officer, as a policeman, we tried to support the people, the public. So it was quite fulfilling. And what I have seen is that, during that pandemic, people were so panicked. And at times, I had to work as a counselor also. Many a times, I had to talk to so many outside students who were studying, outside Assam. I had to, they used to call us in our helpline numbers, and they used to talk about their, suicidal tendency. In that cases, in those cases, I had to counsel them um, as a friend, as a sister, you know. Uh, so it was uh, a kind of a fulfilling experience.
Yes, ma'am. This is why we people have utmost faith in Assam Police, the way it works.
Yes, yes, yes. Assam Police had gained a very good status while working during this pandemic. Actually, we tried to support and help the people uh, whatever way we could.
Ma'am, lastly, a message which you want to convey to the youth.
What I want to say is that during this pandemic, one thing I have learned is that while dealing with the public directly, I have seen that people are very lonely, mostly senior citizens. You'll be surprised to know that in Guwahati itself, people are so lonely. They have no one to talk to. At times, they have called us for medicine for essentials, but when we reach out to them, they just want to talk to us. There was no one. So uh, this is what I want to convey to the you know um, people, that whatever way you can, please don't leave your parents alone. Please provide them a support. At least if you cannot be with them, please provide them at least a support, a friend or a caregiver, whatever way you can. So because that was what I felt that need to be, it is not addressed properly actually. So this is what I feel is need to be addressed. So that is what I want to say, that don't leave your parents, don't leave the senior citizens alone. Please provide them some support.
Ma'am, it was great talking to you. I once again thank you wholeheartedly for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interview you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Himanshu. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to you and uh, share my views, share my feelings. Uh, it was nice talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.